Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
And good evening. Welcome to another edition of Tonight. It's The Way I See It. It's me, Ralph Williams, solo tonight. The reason I'm solo is because Bill CANNATA had to go to the dentist today, and you know how that can be for a tooth, so he is unable to be with us tonight. But I will tell you, we have a lot to talk about tonight, including tonight. I have some footage of an interview that was done by KDK Radio today with Mayor Ed Gainey of the city of Pittsburgh. Okay, we have a lot to talk about, a lot of blasts, a lot of boneheaded moves tonight, all of our segments. And we're in tonight's studio sponsor for this program and for all RW Media shows. Our studio sponsors, CANNATA Heating and Air Conditioning, and that's 724-201-0500. Oh, yeah, you know it. There ain't no love in the heart of the city. And so, all right, our Chinese wisdom is ability to enable a man to get to the top, but character will keep him from failing. So that is tonight's Chinese wisdom for all of us to enjoy there tonight as well. And as I mentioned before, I'm by myself tonight because Bill had to go get something done at the dentist, and you know how that can be. So he was unable to make it tonight, so that's why he is not with us tonight. Here it's called The Way I See It tonight instead of The Way We See It usually, and that's usually how it is, but not tonight. So there you are with that. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, there we go. All right. Yes, it is. It's the big show tonight. Yes, it's a big show tonight. Yeah, you know it. It's the big show. The Way I See It. Back for one night tonight. It's me, Ralph Williams, solo tonight here on your Monday night. And don't forget, we're here till 8 p.m. We're here every Monday night, 7 to 8. Unless there is a special show, then we'll tell you exactly how the show is special. Okay. All right. Comment section wide open tonight. I want your comments. I'm going to be playing segments of this talk, of this show today with on KDK Radio, and I'm not going to mention the person's name because, he only gives me a couple minutes on his show when I call in, so I'm not going to mention his name. But anyway, all right, here's the first part of this, and then we're going to go into our segments. Okay, watch, listen.
Man, I appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate it.
Takes a lot to get the mayor physically up here. He's very busy, and I like this. All right, before we get anywhere, sir, your take on what happened with President Biden, sir.
Yeah, I think first when we talk about President Biden, I just want to, really send a shout of love out to him. I think what he did.
All right. We're having a little audio issues here with this interview here, so we're going to let it play out a little bit, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to do with this. So we'll let that go on. All right. And then once it comes back, we will play it again. All right. So just wanted to let you know how that's going to go. But later on, we're going to play the rest of this interview that was on KDK Radio this morning with the mayor, Ed Gainey of the city of Pittsburgh, because there's some things in there that he says that I believe, and the way I look at it, the way I see it is, I think he's stretching the truth a little bit. He's not telling the truth. Okay. And it includes the safety of downtown Pittsburgh, which of course, we all know there's been safety issues. Some more assaults have happened over the weekend. A vendor at the Picklesburg, or 2 vendors got their money stolen. So I'd like to know exactly how this security force downtown, or whatever you're doing with this police force, is working for Pittsburgh. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't see none of it going on, or any of it happening in any way, shape, or form. So I mean, what has to happen is that somehow or another, somewhere, this mayor, to save his political career, has to do something in order to straighten this out. Because if he doesn't do anything other than what he's doing now, which is to me not enough, I personally believe that he's not going to get reelected. And I've said this many times: he's going to be a one-term mayor, and it's going to be the first time in a long time since Bob O'Connor died that we had anybody that was a one-term mayor. Okay, all right. Let's get in our blast segment. Microsoft. You know what? I'm blasting you tonight, because how in the world do you let a security breach? And you know what? What is it these days with security? Why is security so bad? We let things like Microsoft, the thing with Donald Trump, all this other stuff go on around here. Why? Why does that happen? Because of bad security. Why do things happen in places where they shouldn't? Because of bad security. All right. Next. All right. The Secret Service and the Butler County officials, stop blaming each other. Everybody's at fault for this thing with Trump. Stop blaming each other. I'm blasting you tonight. Next, the state of Ohio, for making marijuana prices so high you can't even purchase them. You legalized it, then you go and you make the prices so high nobody can purchase it. So guess what? You're so stupid, and of course, as you know, stupid never takes a vacation, that the prices are so high nobody wants to purchase it. Guess what? You're not going to make any money on it. Oh, you will. Everybody wants to get high. All right. City government for the crime downtown. I'm not even going to go there. All right. Health department, who shut down another restaurant down on Smithfield Street. But at this time, this restaurant has been cited 3-4 times and a whole lot more. Okay. All right. Next, the people who robbed the downtown vendor or vendors at Picklesburg. I'm blasting you tonight. Look, get a life, get a job, get out of downtown. This I blame on the administration, for the city administration and county administration, for not putting these homeless bums and these drug dealing people up in the Highland Drive VA site and get them out of downtown so we can have events in peace. All right. Disneyland paying so low that employees are sleeping in their cars in a motel. Shame on you, Disneyland. Come on, Disneyland, for real? All right. You know the economy in California. What is the problem with you? All right. Next, the woman who shot another woman in Lawrenceville. Here we go. More crime in Pittsburgh. I'm blasting you tonight. Next, Pittsburgh Public Schools. We're trying to close schools. I'm blasting you again, Pittsburgh Public Schools, because now you want to close schools down yet again, and you won't stop doing it. I don't know when it'll ever stop with Pittsburgh Public Schools. Latrobe, the building management at the building in Latrobe for roaches and pests and rodents inside an apartment building. Shame on you for that. I'm blasting you tonight for that, and that's our blast segment right here tonight. Brought to you in part by the original Hometown Pizza, 412-264-4444. The original Hometown Pizza, University Boulevard, Moon Township. Before we go to our boneheaded segment, let's go to our comments section. Hello, Ralph. Hope you're doing good. Have I heard about Casey Campbell? I believe I have. And Lucky says it's disturbing. Yes, it is. It's very disturbing about what goes on in downtown Pittsburgh. It's sad, and it's not only disturbing. But one thing I want to say here tonight, I'm by myself, so that means I'm dangerous. All right, so we got a lot to talk about tonight, and we're going to tear it up. I got some more of this segment with Ed Gainey, and we'll get into more of that in the part where he was on KDK radio this morning, which, of course, the station that would never hire me because they don't. I'm too disruptive. I tell it like it is, and I don't kiss nobody's butt. So that's one of the reasons they won't hire me. And another reason is because I ask tough questions, and they don't like. Well, the person who did this interview asked tough questions. All right, some people there don't, ask tough questions. There's a lot of guys on that station that do a lot of butt kissing. That I refuse to do. All right. I hope Pittsburgh gets better. We need all the city striving. Casey Campbell for trying to step up the Democrats. He was only 38 years old. Okay, hold on a minute. R.I.P. says Lucky. All right, Casey Campbell. Wow, stepped up the Democrats. I step up the Democrats. I don't like progressive Democrats. They're ruining our cities, our towns, our counties, and our entire government. I'll talk more about that on Wednesday on Ralph's Opinion. Tune in 3:00 Wednesday on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and also we're on Twitch. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, because Elon Musk and his little X is greedy and wants me to pay $70 a month for a premium service that I refuse to pay for to air these live. So you will get the videos on my X channel or on my X page, but it's not going to happen right now because Elon Musk is a greedy pig. All right. So, but anyway, he died. Rest in peace. Yeah, Lucky. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know nothing about the man. So I have no clue who he was. Sorry about that. All right. Bonehead, the Ohio woman who was arrested for making 400 fake 911 calls. But it took 400 to get her arrested. Can you believe that? But anyway. All right. The Missouri firefighter who stole a crash victim's money. That was a boneheaded move, and he ended up getting busted doing that too. All right. The guy who invited his mistress to the beach where he was vacationing for a month, and then he ended up getting and his pregnant wife found out about it. Isn't that interesting? That's a real boneheaded move. All right. The woman in Vegas who got caught stealing from someone at the Bellagio, who got caught stealing jewelry at the Bellagio and got caught. That was a boneheaded move. The two guys who got arrested for putting skimmers in a Shop and Save grocery store. Yep, that's right. Got busted, but that was a boneheaded move. The guy who got caught in Heidelberg and arrested for taking his wife's car, take her taxing is for making threats. Oh, here, the guy who got arrested, not in Heidelberg, the guy who got arrested at the Taylor Swift concert for making threats about Travis Kelce. All right, what a dummy. So there you are. All right, that's our boneheaded. No, wait a minute, I got one more. I'm sorry, I apologize here. Another attempt to bring handgun to PIA, Pittsburgh International Airport. That's another boneheaded move, and another knucklehead that decided to do that as well. All right, it says we need more. RXJ, good evening, says we need more responsible people and leaders. Yes, we do. And Ralph, we live in an I don't care who I step on society. Absolutely, I've been saying that for a long, long time. I say it on every Wednesday on my the Ralph's Opinion show, and I got to tell you, it's terrible. And RXJ says he hopes Pittsburgh gets better. All right, we need all of our cities striving. We do, but right now it's not happening. And now, since yesterday, there's been a monkey wrench thrown in this political race. Well, we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Ralph's Opinion, Wednesday, 3 p.m. There's been a big monkey wrench thrown into this. We're not going to talk about it tonight because we got a lot of local issues to talk about here on the way I see it. All right. Southwest Airlines in the ridiculousness segment. Here we are. Southwest Airlines being sued for alleged sexual assault in a bathroom on a. All right. Wow, that's a shame on that one there. All right, next we got Rhode Island school bus driver who left a 4-year-old boy on a school bus. That's a shame. Shame on you for that. All right. Next, the woman who opened fire on a woman and her new baby over $100 that was owed. That's a shame too. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for that. All right, next. The woman who the woman who left the child in a hot car at a Walmart in Florida. That's ridiculous as well. All right. let's see here next. A condo in Washington, D.C., who folks pay $4,300 a month for an apartment there in Washington, D.C., are having rodent problems, and management hasn't done anything about it. That's sad. All right, the North Wildwood man in Wildwood, New Jersey, who was arrested for decapitating a seagull. All right, that's our ridiculousness segment tonight. And our ridiculousness segment is brought to you in part by Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. Sleep Pittsburgh for the best sleep tonight. All right, when we come back, we're going to get started with our topics for the night. And before we go to our break here for a minute, and then we're going to have some more about this Ed Gainey interview today. All right, it says, let's see here. It says, Ralph, we live in an I don't care, I step on society. Absolutely. We'll talk more about that Wednesday. It says it's been going to Congress to legalize gooning. I'm on his side. That's fine. All right, let's see what we got here. The voices, Ralph, the voices are back. Yes, they are. All right. All right, when we come back right after these words, we're going to have more of the way I see it tonight. Not the way we see it, it's the way I see it right after these words. Talk about Super 8 by Wyndham Grove City. 724-221-7941. Call them today for a great stay at the Super 8 by Wyndham Hotel. Great hospitality, great personalities, and I got to tell you, the room was clean, the price was right, and if you're going to visit the Grove City outlets or if you're going to visit Erie, this hotel is for you. It's the Super 8 Grove City by Wyndham, 724-221-7941. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you. Ralph Williams here to talk to you today about Alex's Flowers. Alex's Flowers at 1742 Chislett Street in Morningside. Call 412-661-6071. Best wedding arrangements, funeral arrangements, any kind of an arrangement for any kind of purpose. Call Alex today. That number again, 412-661-6071 or alexsflowers.com. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you. Alex's Flowers, for the best 30 years of experience in doing flower arrangements. Alex's Flowers. Ralph Williams here. I'm handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair. And you know something? I need a different type of a vehicle. And if you're in the position that I'm in and you need a different type of a vehicle, such as a wheelchair accessible van that you can put your wheelchair power chair in, well, guess what? I have the solution for you. Keystone Coach Works on Library Road, Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, or you can call them today at 833-1900. That's 833-1900. Give them a call today or get on their website and check out their selection of some of the best models of wheelchair vans that they have. Not only can you own, but you can rent and you can finance. Keystone Coach Works does it all for you, and they are the best at what they do. And they've been around a long time. So give Dawn a call. Ask for Dawn, 833-1900, and tell Dawn that Ralph Williams sent you. Keystone Coach Works, for the best in wheelchair accessible vans. All right, we're going to get started here with our topic session, but coming up right now, we're going to get some more into the Ed Gainey interview. All right, so here we are.
President Biden, and I wish him nothing but success.
I think Kamala Harris has a better chance against Trump than Biden would. What do you say, sir? At this point in his career.
I would agree with that. I think that I know she brings a different level of energy. One, I think she's going to be able to unite a whole lot of different groups that before may have been on the fence about whether they really wanted to get in, and they've always been staunch Democrats. I think now that she's going to be the head on the ticket, people are a little bit more comfortable. I believe she's prepared. Sitting there for 4 years of being a student of how to be a president is not something that everybody gets to see. She had a front row view of that. So I think from a knowledge base, she's extremely ready. I also think that several of the independents, majority of the independents that were also on the fence, will see that this is a new day in American history and will float over to the Democratic side. So I think she will bring the energy, knowledge base that we need in order to advance and to continue to keep the presidency in a Democratic control.
Let's talk about you, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing today? I'm smiling.
Do you
lost
like
some weight? You know what I mean? When I came in, your guy talked about how much weight I lost. I
Yeah.
hope my doctor's listening to this right now.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have
I
you
lost
lost so
about
much
20
weight?
pounds.
Nice.
I've been diligent about my health, so
It's hard when you're on the go to
Absolutely.
eat healthy. It's hard to work out. It's just a pain in the ass, quite frankly. How do you feel about Pittsburgh right now? The health of the city, sir.
I feel good about it. I mean, I feel, when I look at it, I always have to measure Marty from when we took over to where we are right now. When I look at it, there's a couple things I talked about in regards to safety. Last year, we did 27% decrease in homicides. This year, we got a 27% as of right now.
All right.
Decrease in homicides.
Okay, there you go.
Non-fatal shooting.
All right. So anyway, right now he's talking about homicides. He says that we're up to 27% right now. The whole entire year last year we were at 27%. Okay. So now that's what Ed Gainey was saying here in this. But we'll get back to this on our next break coming up shortly. But first, I want to talk about what happens to the local progressive Democrats here in Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at them. Mayor Gainey. All right. Sarah Almorado, who people say are not progressive, she's more of a moderate. Maybe so. I don't know. I haven't yet to see what she has done to become a progressive, so I'm not sure. Let's take a look at Summer Lee. Let's take a look at John Fetterman, our senators. Congresswoman Summer Lee, Senator John Fetterman, progressives. Our governor, progressive. Okay? These are people who, and now the king of the progressives, Joe Biden, is gone. Okay? My question for you tonight is, and we'll save this question for Wednesday's Ralph's Opinion show as well. My question for you tonight is, if Kamala Harris does decide to run for president and she does become president, will she do her own way or will she do everything that Joe Biden wanted to do? Okay? Joe Biden's gone. It's done. It's over for him. He can go off in the Delaware sunset. All right? But the local people here in Pittsburgh, which is what we may mostly talk about here, we can talk a little bit about this, but Kamala Harris being endorsed by Joe Biden is not something that encourages me at all. Because my question to Kamala Harris is this, and again, I'm going to reiterate the question. Is she going to do what he was doing? Or is she going to carve her own path? Because if she doesn't and does what Joe Biden was doing, she's not going to get elected. It's that simple. And I don't give a crap who you talk to. I don't care whose butt you kiss. I don't care what you think you're going to do. All right? Oh, well, she's going to all these groups. She's going to the Black Caucus. She's going to the immigrants. I don't care. You're still not going to get elected because this country needs to be fixed. And Kamala Harris is the Joe Biden pupil. Okay? Now, I don't know that. Joe Biden's not here now, or he's not going to be part of this. He's going to finish out his term for the next 5.5 months or whatever it is he has to do. Yeah, that's it. It's done for Joe. Okay? This is the first Democrat in a long time that has actually become a one-term president. Because most of the time, when we elect a Democrat, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, we have voted for somebody who runs for a second term and wins. But not this time. I don't see it happen. The only thing I have a problem with now is that the Republicans kind of got caught with their pants down because now Kamala Harris was put in by, put in by Joe Biden, but she still has to go through the Democratic caucus. And the question is, where are the guys who wanted Biden out? Now, are they going to go with Kamala Harris or are they going to stick with what they wanted to do? RXJ said, Ralph, we need Republicans back in. Progressives got their turn and failed. Yes. We need the Midwest to be great again. Absolutely. And I don't care how many crimes Trump committed. All right. We'll talk more about this on Wednesday. But my question to everybody is, again, in your local government, and you have progressive Democrats, the king of the progressives is gone. He's out. He's out of the way. So now, since the king is gone, are you going to get rid of his disciples? That's the next question. And I think every disciple of Joe Biden should be voted out. Okay? And let's work with Trump this time. All right? That's the way I see it tonight. Next. All right. Former Shop and Save on Noblestown Road is becoming a Giant Eagle. Now, I don't understand that at all. Giant Eagle has a store up in Greentree, up on Parkway Center Mall. Okay. That is, okay, a full-scale Giant Eagle. Now, I don't know what plans Giant Eagle has, okay, but Giant Eagle is, moving into this site. Now there's going to be 2 Giant Eagles within a 6-block radius of each other. And you have City Councilwoman Teresa Cale Smith going on and on about how, well, it's great to have a grocery store in the neighborhood. Well, what do you think you have up at Parkway Center Mall there, Teresa? Well, Shop and Save was the community store. I get it. So my thinking is Giant Eagle may make that a community market. They own the community market franchise, and I believe that they're going to turn that into a community market. Okay? I don't see Giant Eagle putting another one there at a location that's 6 blocks away from their other location. And I know, and I'm hearing stories that the one down on Cochran and Greentree Road could be closing up. And they're going to make the one in Parkway Center a market district one. But I'm hearing now Parkway Center officials do not want the store there at all. They want to make that into an office park area up there with office buildings, retail, no retail, just office buildings up there, maybe a couple restaurants. Okay, it's not a mall anymore. It's no longer been anything for retail needs to be there. And that's the way I see it tonight. Where is Bill Lucky? Bill had to go to the dentist today in regards to a tooth. And you know where that goes after that. So he was unable to be on the show tonight, but will join us again next week. Yeah, Bill is doing good. I spoke with him before the show. He's doing very well. Thank you. All right. RXJ says Flag Day should be a national holiday. Yes, it should. I've been saying that since Juneteenth. I'm not happy with the fact that we honor Juneteenth, but we don't honor Flag Day. Okay. One of the most important, it should be one of the most important days in this country. I mean, and I don't understand why. I mean, and that's why I say that every time. All right, next. Our next topic, Mayor Gainey, we'll talk more about what he was doing there. Will Josh Shapiro, our governor, take the vice president role, or will he stay as governor? I don't think he should take it. The reason I say that is he's not experienced enough. He's only been at a state level of government. He has never been in any kind of federal government capacity. Okay. I've said this many times. My thing about Josh Shapiro, our governor, is I don't like him because of the fact he's a progressive Democrat. That's number one. Number two, I don't like him because he needs to open up state mental hospitals because we have a mental illness crisis here today. Okay. All right. So, when he figures that out, then I think I'll start rooting for him. He came out last week with the state budget and said that we have a $2 billion, and that's what it be now, $2 billion surplus. So if we have that much of a surplus, then explain to me why we're not opening up mental hospitals and trying to help these mental people so they get them out of downtown Pittsburgh, off the streets, and into an institution. Why are we not doing something to help Western Psychiatric do what they need to do? That's the question I have for this governor. So for him to become a vice president, which could happen because him and Kamala Harris are very close friends, when they used to be attorney generals in their fellow states. Okay? All right? I don't know much about Kamala Harris. I really don't. And I could care less about her, to be frankly honest with you, because in my eyes, I think she's going to do all the Joe Biden stuff. So if you want 4 more years of Joe Biden silliness, my advice to you is go out and vote for her. If not, then vote for Trump and let's bring America back. I'm even on his ship. And I was never a Trump fan from the beginning. I was stupid, and I admit I was wrong. And I always admit when I am that I voted for Joe Biden and I shouldn't have. I voted for Ed Gainey and I shouldn't have. Okay? It's that simple. Our city is going down the toilet, and it's too bad. All right. Later on, we're gonna as soon as we come back from our next break here, more of this Ed Gainey radio interview on KDK Radio, the station that will not, uh, employ me on their station because they know I'm a little too. I ask tough questions. I don't kiss no butt and things like that. So and I have a good voice. I don't have or tonight I think we're going to talk about it's time for some certain pack to go bye-byes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But that's what they like here in Pittsburgh. They don't like new voices like mine. They like old voices. They want the same old people all the time. I try to make a difference, but you know how that goes. All right. All right. We come back after these words in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, 724-201-0500. We'll be back right after these words. Do you need insurance? I'm talking about auto. I'm talking about fire. I'm talking about life. And I'm talking about any kind of insurance, even renter's insurance. Well, call Robin Campbell today at 412-366-3399. Give Robin a call. Farmers Insurance, Bristol West. I got to tell you, Robin Campbell came to my house and spoke to me directly about insurance options. And he also will set you up with the best insurance you need for your car, for your car, for renters, for fire insurance, anything, homeowners, any kind of insurance through Farmers Insurance or Bristol West. Give Robin a call again today. That number, 412-366-3399. That's 412-366-3399. Tell him Ralph Williams sent you. Robin Campbell Insurance, Farmers in Bristol West. Give Robin a call. Hello, Ralph Williams here. What do you want to talk about? I want to talk about the original Hometown Pizza in Moon Township, right on University Boulevard, 412-264-4444. Some of the best pizza you'll ever have. And don't forget about their delivery, eat-in, or takeout. Call today, 412-264-4444. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you. You will get a discount on your order. The original Hometown Pizza, Moon Township, University Boulevard. I'm Ralph Williams, here to talk to you today about sponsorship advertising. I have some great sponsorship advertising at a low price. And what I have to offer you is 6 to 8 podcasts. Also, don't forget about our website, www.rwmedia.org, and a whole lot more. Call for details and pricing today, 412-545-4317. Great affordable advertising with RW Media Productions.
To ensure that we brought safety to the city, we are doing. Downtown, when I came in, you know as well as I do, there was homeless camps all over the city. And we have one left downtown, and that's it. And we're still working with the county, our partners, and DHS to ensure that we're doing what's correct by trying to get more transitional housing and moving them into transitional housing and making sure that we continue to go in that direction and clean the trails as we can.
I sent my daughters downtown to Nicholsburg, and
Nicholsburg was incredible.
It was. They crushed it. But I still don't think most people, sir, feel as if downtown is safe.
Yeah, I mean, perception is perception. We still have to deal with that. You and I have talked about that
incidents.
before.
We have shootings.
We have incidents. We've had some isolated incidents. Overall, crime is downtown. But I don't want nobody to get hurt. I don't wake up saying let's not make sure that we're not doing what we need to do to make downtown safe. We want downtown to be the safest place. We look at it as our living. We've had some isolated incidents. 2nd Avenue comms catching on fire was a blow. We know we have some mental health issues downtown as well that we have to deal with. We've upped our police patrol downtown. I think Chief Scarrato has done a phenomenal job and Commander Novosel has done a great job and will continue to do a great job. We never said perfection. We said we see the progress. We know that there's a perception issue out there that we still have to deal with. I don't want no one to get hurt. And that's what we continue to work for. That's what we continue and that's what we continue to work. And that's what we continue to work for. That's what we can. And that's what we continue. And that's what we continue to.
All right. That's the video of the interview this morning on KDKA radio with Ed Gainey, the mayor of Pittsburgh. Did you hear what Ed Gainey said about safety? Safety's so bad downtown that I have an Allegheny County Transit Council meeting on Wednesday to go to. We're doing a hybrid meeting where we meet at the PRT boardroom for Pittsburgh Regional Transit, and we do the Zoom link up or Microsoft or whatever it's called. Okay, we do that. I was going to cancel the boardroom because of this crime downtown. But I kindly reached out to some people and I said, maybe this isn't a good idea because then I'm showing weakness of downtown. I will go downtown on Wednesday, but let me say something to all you criminals out there, homeless people and people that want to do bodily harm to me or my family. I'm prepared. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So you mess with me or my wife downtown, you're going to have a problem. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I wouldn't have to go in this way or think in this perspective if downtown was safer. Okay? You had the mayor here. I just played the video. I just played what he was on KDK radio this morning talking about. How safe our city is. He's basing the fact on homicides. Great, homicides are down, but assaults are up. Robbery is up. Homeless is up. And the homeless people that are downtown, lurking all over the place because they have no place to go, they claim, okay, are mostly drug dealers, hookers, and whatever else. And in order not to be honest and just go out there and hustle for money, they have to steal to make what they want. And that's basically it. 90% of all crimes that happen in downtown Pittsburgh are involved because of homeless people. They don't have any money. They don't have anything they want. They steal at the Target store. They go to the Dollar General down there, which are about to close up because they can't take the theft anymore. We don't have McDonald's downtown anymore because the bums hang out in there and they destroy the bathrooms. They try to steal. They cause problems. And now it's become a situation. The same owner owned the McDonald's that were in downtown Pittsburgh, but he got sued because he hired somebody who was a complete moron who decided because she didn't like the way the customer spoke to her that when she got done with her shift, she decided to go outside and beat this guy up in front of the McDonald's. She assaulted him so bad, he had to go to the hospital. She went to jail. This is where we are, folks. This is what our city is looking like. Okay? And I'm going to play the segment coming up where the host, and again, I'm not going to say his name, says there's a coalition of businesses, which is true, of corporations and small businesses downtown and across the city, putting together a fund to help Corey O'Connor become mayor. All right? And in case you don't know who Corey O'Connor is, because you're new to the city or you've been hiding under a rock or heads in the sand, or your head's into your Xbox game and you have no means of getting it out, okay? Here's what's going on. Corey O'Connor is the son of the late mayor Bob O'Connor, who only served 6 months because he ended up having some kind of brain disease, and he died. Okay, I helped Bob O'Connor become mayor. I worked for him. Over the weekend, I took a look at last week's jail board meeting, and I see the behavior of Bethany Hallam, who is a progressive Democrat here in this city, in Allegheny County. She's on county council. I was thinking about running. I went, I don't know. Now I am. Her behavior on that board, her behavior on county council, her behavior with the rest of these progressives has gotten so far out of hand, it's out of control. But this is what you did. 200,000 people voted this woman in here. This is what you want for your city. Corporations are not opening up in downtown because they can't, because of the tax base, because the county council can't agree with the work with businesses. This is what progressives do, everybody. They don't work with businesses. They don't want businesses. They want affordable housing. I want affordable housing. But don't chase out businesses downtown to build affordable housing. And I get it. You have to have affordable housing in order to stop what's going on here. And I get that too. But I gave suggestions for affordable housing. Nobody listened to what I had to say. My idea is kick out all the idiots and morons that cause problems and smoke pot, sell drugs, commit crimes, and do whatever they think they can to violate the rules of the building. If you get them out, you have housing. But you don't do that. Progressives go, we can't do that. And it sounds like a busted record because it's the truth. Okay? That's the way I see it tonight. All right. Next. U.S. Steel and the Nippon Steel merger. Have you seen the commercials lately? If this doesn't wake up Flip-Flop Fetterman, Bob Casey, and all these other progressives who decide that they think that Nippon Steel merging with U.S. Steel, and of course, Papa Joe here, okay? Trump don't even like it, and I don't know why, okay? Again, I don't understand why you can't listen to the facts. And that's what the problem is here with everybody in this country. Nobody listens to the facts. The fact of the matter is that they're going to keep the jobs here. That's a fact. Now, they're going to put money into billions of dollars into the infrastructure of the mills here that belong to U.S. Steel and the mills that they have in Gary, Indiana, that they keep building new ones in Arkansas and wherever else. Okay? Over $1 billion in, fixing up the plants, modernizing them, making them nice. Employees will stick with their union contracts. They have not dissolved one union since they've merged with the other companies. All right? That's jobs that stay. But see, progressives don't look at it that way. Out. That's what they're looking at. Okay? So next time you go to the polls and you live near a U.S. Steel plant or you work there or you know somebody who does, Ralph told you to go vote these people out who don't want this merger, because if this merger doesn't happen, U.S. Steel is going out of business. Okay? Last week on my Ralph's Opinion show, and I've given many examples of Cleveland Cliffs who continue to try to close mills down. They closed the one down in Weirton, West Virginia, laid off 1,400 people. So go ahead. Accept that merger. See where the U.S. Steel Tower goes downtown. See where the 800 jobs in that building go. See where all the jobs at the mills that are here now go. And already the Mon Valley, over the many 40, 50 years, has had so much problems, they don't need any more. Depressed, crime, no jobs, no good steel jobs. Okay? But we don't care as to whether or not it's from Japan. Oh, there's a problem. Japan's one of our allies. Where is there a security problem? We have been allies with Japan since the end of World War II. And Japan, yeah, I'll admit, has screwed us on electronics. But that's our own fault. We outpriced ourselves out of business. Okay? And now we have the same problem that we've had many, many years ago. Nobody wants to work. All right? So when you go to sleep tonight, and you know somebody who works for U.S. Steel, for a company, whether it's in Gary, Indiana, whether it's in Pittsburgh, whether it's in Alaska, or wherever they have mills, you take a look at that merger and you tell me I'm right. Look at the facts of this merger. All right, Uncle Joe will no longer be president in 5.5 months. And if you put Kamala Harris in there, U.S. Steel will not have jobs, because she's probably against this too, because she's going to be another clone of Joe Biden. It works in a cycle. And the cycle is this. So to stop the progressive wheel from spinning around and around and around, we have to get rid of them. We have to do something for this. And these are prime examples of what I've been saying for months about these progressive Democrats. All right. We come back, we're going to have some more footage of the interview with Ed Gainey on with KDK Radio this morning, because most of what he said, I think he's lying. I think he's lying, or I think somebody's giving him the wrong information. Because if you think downtown is safe, Mayor, and the police chief who gets on the news and brags about how downtown is safe, he was there, last weekend? He said he walked around, oh, yeah, he says, I was in plain clothes, and all that other stuff, and yeah, here we go. It's not safe, Chief. It's not safe, Mayor. And maybe when you're there it is, yeah, because everybody flocks to you, and they're not going to do anything to you. Okay? Even the host, if you heard what he said, his daughters were downtown. They came home safe. God bless them. I'm glad. I wouldn't want to see anything happen to them or anybody. The reality is, despite the fact that there's 35 arrests. All right, here. The non-citations were, okay, they released it here. 34 arrests, 54 non-traffic citations. Some tows. They towed some vehicles away and busted people for drugs. Good. Whoop-de-doo. They're saying that they're increasing foot patrols. Okay. We'll see what happens. Are you one of those people who don't believe it till you see it? I do. I want to thank RxJ for this one here. Okay. Yes, it is a shame. I do deserve better. Let me say this, RxJ, and you probably already know this. If you don't, ask around. Radio business is a backstabbing business. And if you watch what RxJ does, and this is how I got RxJ, you watch Jeremy Ballrick, who is Smoking Jeremy B. He does a Lions talk show, and he does a football roundtable on Wednesday. And he said this, quote, we have to work together as podcasters because radio stations are backstabbers. At least we all work together like a brotherhood here in podcasting. And I had to come back to podcasting here and get away from the radio business because I was getting it up my butt. Okay? Big time. Up my ass. I was so enamored with trying to get on the radio that I didn't see the perspective of this. I've been screwed once and I got screwed again. All right? The bottom line is I'm not paying anybody. I deserve to be paid, and it's not happening, so I'll stay here. Not in this town, at least. Okay? But I'm not paying for airtime no more. I'm done. If I do anything, it'll be internet radio. Reason being, internet radio does not charge a lot of money. And you could create your own station, which means that I could create mine like Wendy Bell did. I can make it Ralph Williams Radio. Okay? It's that simple. So why do I want to pay the radio stations here that are going to stick it to you when I can pay little to nothing and do my own thing when I want to do it? How I want to do it. When I want to do it. Okay? Maybe that's another reason why one of these stations won't hire me, because they claim I have an attitude problem. Oh, I have an attitude problem with you. All right? I might be handicapped and in a wheelchair, but I still have this and I still have this. So that makes it, I could still be dangerous. When we come back, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my possible surgery coming up, maybe. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. It's looking more like therapy than that. All right. Right after these words. Ralph Williams here today to let you know that I am handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair, and I will not deny it. But I've had some recent inconveniences lately. So, you know what I did? I went out and I reached out to foldandtravelmobility.com. You know, foldandtravelmobility.com has some of the best folding power wheelchairs. Look, do you not go to certain events because you can't get there or you can't make it because you need a folding power wheelchair to put in your vehicle? Well, guess what? Foldandtravelmobility.com has the right model for you. Get in touch with them today. Foldandtravelmobility.com. Get on the phone, 1-877-GOTFOLD, foldandtravelmobility.com, 1-877-GOTFOLD. Let the experts help you get into a folding power wheelchair. Don't be sad. Be glad. Let your life get back in order. Foldandtravelmobility.com. Are you looking for a DJ and you can't find one for a good party or special event? Well, guess what? I have the perfect DJ for you. DJ Fun, 15 years of experience and at affordable prices. He offers fun, experience, and value. Call today, 412-545-4317 for DJ Fun. DJ Fun, reliable, affordable, and also one of the best DJs you'll ever have for a party or a special event of any kind. Give them a call today. That number again, 412-545-4317.
What's kind of cool is you stood in Market Square, was it Friday, you were actually surrounded by business owners from downtown Market Square. But I know several of them, they were screaming at you. They're disappointed in what they believe you've done or haven't done regarding downtown and safety. You know that was the vibe, sir, right?
The number one vibe was public safety, and it should be.
And they want an officer on the beat in Market Square, sir. I apologize for interrupting.
Right. Commander Novosel is going to put a couple officers on the beat. When we upped to about 14, that was part of the patrol. We understand that. We understand that the Market Square brings a whole lot of different people down there, and there are some people that do have some mental health issues. And so we will beef up the control at Market Square as we have done downtown. But from when we took over in 2021 to where we are right now, we don't see the same type of issues, nor when we look at the numbers are saying the same thing that they said in 2021. We always said that it'll be a work in progress, and we will continue to have to move people around downtown, particularly our officers, ensuring that the places that are getting hot, we're doing what's necessary to correct that issue. We got our reach team down there and everything down there to deal with the kids when they get out of school, things of that sort. So we're continuing to work to ensure that we make it safe. But we know that we have some issues that we need the county's help on, and they are working with us very well. I don't control Department of DHS dollars. That's not me. But I have a great working relationship with Sarah. Sarah and them has done, County Exec Hannah Morado. She's done some great things. Aaron Doan has been phenomenal. Lisa working with her. So they're putting some things in place to continue to address some of the issues that we have, particularly when it comes to mental health, which is a challenge. I'm not going to sit there and lie. Mental health is a challenge, but it's a challenge in every city right now. It's a challenge everywhere. And I think that the reality is when we compare our downtown to others, particularly the ones that's looking like our size, as the data's come out, it shows that we continue to make the improvements. We continue to do things that are demonstrating that we're going in the right direction. I mean, you're not going to cure this overnight because some of the establishments we had in the past, we don't have Mayview anymore. So some of those people that would be in Mayview, they're not there anymore. We just don't have the facilities, whether at the state or the county level, to be able to just.
Okay, do you hear that now? Hear what the mayor's saying. And I think that what needs to happen is, I believe what the mayor's saying is true. Our governor needs to get some state hospitals here. Here we go.
You delivered that. Is that fair?
Yeah, well, Market Square, and when I met with him, I told him this: like, we've met with a lot of the downtown business people, a lot of the downtown corporate leaders. I didn't know that Market Market Square Association, Merchants Associations existed.
There you go. Didn't even know it
They
existed.
were not on our list.
That goes to show you what he cares about downtown.
Our downtown partnership has been wonderful, helping us out. Allegheny County Conference on Community and Economic Development that has been helping.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe anything this man's saying?
Downtown Neighborhood Association.
Tell me that, right? I want to know.
These lists and getting people to the table to talk about what we have to do to improve the overall quality of safety downtown. The one person that was not on that list was the Market Square Merchants Association. So when I got there, I apologize for that because I did not know. If it's not on the books, I don't know.
Yeah, see.
But I told them from now on, they will definitely be in the mix when we talk.
But you're the mayor of the city. You should know.
So angry with you, sir?
I didn't really. I'm just sharing
Yes,
what I got.
Of course.
There wasn't a lot of anger as much as can we do something to ensure that we're creating a better safety environment downtown. I'm going to go down there with the gentleman from Dunkin' Donuts and sit down and talk about when the kids come down and what we can do. I'll have my reach team down there more in the morning and after school. It was more solution generated than anything else.
You had, and I know you can't get into a lot of the details, and we talked about this before we started, so I'm not sandbagging the mayor. And Mr. Rivera, who was an assistant of her boyfriend who drives her to work every day, was involved in 2 shootings.
Yeah.
One in the 4th and one in the 7th.
One of his assistant's boyfriends is involved in shootings.
Yeah, I have the report right here. I actually do.
See.
Is that kind of shocking to you that
Now watch his response.
assistant yours has a boyfriend who's involved in 2 shootings downtown, sir?
Well, anytime someone's in a shooting, it's shocking to me. The lady is a wonderful lady. I mean, she's been through a great deal. That is not something that she tolerates. I've known her for quite some time. I mean, I've watched her bury her own daughter to a suicide. I've watched her overcome a lot of her own challenges in life. It's not like, she knew that he was capable of that. I don't believe that.
There you go.
Because at the end of the day, it caught her off guard. So, I know the gentleman in regards to him coming, picking her up from work and dropping her off. Outside of that, I really don't know him. So, am I shocking about the shooting? Absolutely. Anytime there's a shooting, I'm shocked about it. But the reality is, he's got to be able to deal with what he done. That's the bottom line.
Mayor, there's a...
Okay. You heard this whole, at least most of this, because I can't play the rest of it. I don't have enough time. All right. About the mayor of our city sitting here going on and on and on about how great things are downtown. And of course, that's what he's going to say, because he's not going to say, oh, well, downtown stinks, or it smells downtown. And he did admit there's a lot of homeless people down there. He did admit we have a mental health problem. But quit throwing it on everybody else and clean it up. That's the problem I have with all this. Okay? That's the biggest problem I have with all this. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight's The Way I See It. Just a few programming notes. Tomorrow, Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. All right. And maybe you could send a letter to Elon Musk and tell him to quit being greedy and charging me $70 a month to put my shows on X. I'm not doing it. Okay. You can stick it somewhere. Elon Musk. All right. Anyway, getting back to this. Tomorrow we're doing a Steeler AFC North show. I got a bunch of guests on tomorrow, starting with Ray Fittipaldi from the Post-Gazette, Draft Nation, JT Toth, and Joe Kuglis. I also have from Amped Up Sports, Leo Haggerty and Mike Sisak will join us tomorrow as well. Mike will be on to talk about Baltimore Ravens. Leo will be on to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns. Also, I have William Akins from the Pittsburgh Sports Desk podcast coming on. Bubba Brewer from the Steelers Dynasty podcast. I have a phenomenal guest list for you tomorrow. So please tune in, 4 to 6 p.m. Sports Corner, me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. Wednesday, 3 p.m., Ralph's Opinion with me, Ralph Williams, will be here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch only. Again, we're no longer on X because X wants to charge me $70 a month. And I refuse to pay to be on social media like that. They can stick it. Elon Musk can go somewhere with it. All right? That's the last time I'm going to say it. And then on Wednesday night, don't forget, I'm on at 9 o'clock with Jeremy Ballrick and the NFL Roundtable on Facebook and YouTube. Kneecap biting. Go on hit Jeremy's page and Smoking Jeremy B's and the Lions Talk. Also, Wednesday night at 10:30, I'm on with Peter Blake and the Turnbuckle Talk, 10:30 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube on the Sports Web Show with Peter Blake. Also, next Tuesday, the 30th, there will be no wrestling segment for next Tuesday because next Tuesday we're doing the college football. We're going to preview the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Big 12. And we're going to have guest Kevin Kinder on from West Virginia. I'm working on Jerry DePaula from the Trib to talk about Pitt, and I'm working on somebody to talk about Penn State. So we're going to have the three major colleges on. Big debate, who's going to have the best season and how. And we're going to go through their conferences and as well as in their competition. All right, it's been a great night here on The Way I See It tonight. Me, Ralph Williams solo. Bill CANNATA will rejoin us next week. For everyone who participated tonight in the show with the comments, I appreciate that as well. You have yourself a safe night. Be safe and God bless. Thank you.